You want to talk a little about New Renaissance and your experiences with them?
Yeah, let me see. Well, Ann, they played with us at Headbangers Open Air back in July. She's singing for Détente now, so I always had a pretty good relationship with Ann. And New Renaissance, when we first got together, they were a new label, and we were a new band, and it seemed like a good marriage at that point. They tried really hard because of things that happened in the industry with Greenwood Distribution, who was their main distributor, went out of business. They lost a lot of product. They lost a lot of distribution, and a lot of the music business is about timing, you know. So they lost that, and then in the late '80s, when everyone's switching over to CDs, you know, she had just pressed just a shitload of our records, vinyl, and then the stores are going, you know what, we don't want this shit anymore. We want nothing but compact disc. So you got all these thousands of dollars worth of product that you can't move, you know. So they had problems with that, but they tried really hard, and I got to give them at least some credit for keeping our name alive over the years, and I appreciate that. You know, people ask me that all the time about, you know, there's this whole thing about New Renaissance and this and that, how they fuck bands over and all this stuff, and I never really felt fucked over by them. You know, anytime a band doesn't get the promotion that they think they deserve, they feel fucked over. But I think they did the best they could with what they had. Did we make the right decision signing with New Renaissance, being as we did have other offers on the table? We'll never know. I mean, I often wonder what would have, where would we be now had we signed that Combat contract, you know? But I also wonder what would happen if I went for my PhD too. You know, you can't think of the
Combat
thing
might
like
not
that.
have been that much better either, because they didn't really. I mean, they had Dark Angel. What happened to Dark Angel?
Yeah.
They went nowhere. They had Exodus. They signed them off to Capitol.
Yeah.
You know.
So, you know,
It's a lot
woulda,
of-
shoulda, coulda all day.
Yeah.
You know, but we were having a blast, you know. We were living the dream, at least for most of the '80s, you know, and that's all we really wanted to do. But good times, man.
When did the band actually start?
We got together probably in '83. It was me and Sean, and we had some other guys in the band, and then they left, and we needed a new drummer, and I'd seen Dave playing in this local cover band called Alcatraz, and it wasn't that Alcatraz, but and I go to see him, and it's like, this guy is fucking awesome, man. I mean, spinning the sticks and hitting the drums, I mean, just killing it, you know, playing this big drum set. And I remember saying to Sean one day, I was like, man, you know what, it would be so killer to get Dave Stone to be able to play drums with us. And Sean goes, I know him, I could ask him. And I'm like, go ask him. Well, he was committed. This band was, this band, everywhere they played, if you didn't get in the club by 9:30, you weren't getting in. They just packed it out all the time. Next thing I know, he calls me and goes, hey, Dave's coming over. I was like, what? And he comes over. To me at the time, Dave was kind of a rock star because he was a working band, and we were still just, you know, garaging it out. When he comes over, it happened to be really good timing for us because David just had a falling out with a band and was homeless and needed a place to stay. And he had his drums. I'm like, we got a place you can stay. We got a place you can put your drums. We're going to do original music. You in? He goes, fuck yeah, I'm sick of cover stuff. So it was just the perfect storm, you know. Next thing you know, he was with us, you know. So that was about, I think, 82, 83. So we immediately just started, of course we had the other guy singer, then he wanted to put more spandex on and put more hairspray on, and we were like, you can go. He weighs about 300 pounds now and is unemployed and bald, but no, we started writing music and just started taking off, you know. And then I started seeing these fanzines, these underground metal fanzines, all little Xerox deals, and I'm like, you know, we can do that, you know. I remember seeing Metallica's No Life Till Leather advertisement for their demo, you know, and I'm like, you know, who's this band? Who are these guys? They're just like us. Let's do it. So we take these little $20 ads out and put a little thing in there for a demo, and next thing you know, we started getting offers, you know. I was like, cool, you know.
How many
worked,
demos did you sell?
know. from about 83 to about 86, we probably sold about 3,000 of the cassette demos, but we gave away far more than that. For us, it was never about making any money off it, but trying to get people to come see us play, you know.
Yeah. And you sold them at the shows and
We sold them at the
stuff, too?
shows, but most of them through mail.
Yeah.
You know, I remember personally, I had a Commodore 64. I shit you not, dude. And I had a database that was just so primitive, but it worked, you know. And it had the, I don't know what you call it, the paper with the holes on the sides, and stacks of this shit. I still got it, dude. Yeah, I mean, and every page had about, I don't know, 20 names and addresses everywhere from Finland to Yugoslavia to Argentina, Japan, you know, and we were sending these things out there. We were sending flyers out. I mean, there was a lot of legwork back then, man. We didn't have the internet, you know, and we liked it.
How many demos did you record before your album?
Before Ordered to Kill,
Yeah.
it was just the lead demo.
That's it.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's it. We actually did do another demo after Retaliatory Strike around 91, 92 that we recorded. But when it was done, I personally didn't really like the songs because they had gone a direction that I wasn't into. A little more, I don't even know what you call it. But it never saw the light of day and it never will. You know, and I'm glad because that was a weird time for metal, the early '90s. Grunge had taken over, and the metal just went from up here to bam, and it wasn't just the harder
It was
forms of
overnight,
metal.
too.
It was overnight. It really was, and it just made it really hard. And a lot of bands were scrambling to try to keep up with the times, not knowing what to do. They were, you know, allowing outside influences to determine where they went, and we fell prey to a little bit of that, you know. And lucky for us, we saw it for what it was and squashed it.
You know, that was one good thing about New Renaissance is they never fell into that whole, you know, grunge scene or whatever. They kept true to the underground metal. So that was one good
Yeah. Oh yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And like you said, Combat kind of went into the whole.
Well, when I saw the Combat
throw
contract, I'll put it this way:
24/7
the
spies
New
out
Renaissance
there.
contract was 3 pages long. Pretty self-explanatory what we were getting involved in. No, it didn't need any lawyers, you know. The Combat thing was literally probably 40, 50 pages long. So much legal jargon, and it was like, and at the time it was for what they called the boot camp series. So it wasn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
a real deal. It was kind of like, well, we'll try this, and if it works, then we'll go here, kind of thing. So.
Yeah, when they put out Have Mercy and Combat, Combat's actually back together now too. You know.
Oh, the band Combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, those guys contacted me, and he was just stoked to see that we were back together and said that we were a major influence with them and everything. And,
Yeah. They used to be Napalm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were called Napalm. No, they put out the boot camp thing under the Combat name, I believe. But then there was the label, so there was that whole,
Yeah.
we can't be called Combat anymore, so they put out the, I think it was 2 albums or 3 albums as Napalm, and now they're Combat again.
Yeah. He had sent me a copy of one of their CDs, and there was a poster in there, and the poster tagline was something like, the speed of so-and-so, the lyrics of so-and-so, and the power of at war. You know, and I was like, wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah, they're definitely good. Their latest
Yeah.
CD's great.
Yeah.
That'd be an awesome show if you guys.
Oh, yeah, well, he's always going, man, we
Play with
definitely want to play with you guys.
Deadfoot? Is that the guy? He goes by
You know, I
Deadfoot?
can't remember. I mean, he didn't give me any moniker. He was his real name he was using,
Oh.
whoever it was. Very nice guy, though.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I'd definitely be into that, man. Definitely.
that would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything more you want to say about the new record, when it's coming out?
Just say it's gonna fucking kill, and you gotta check it out, and
And
I
it'll be
mean-
out in...
it'll be out in April. Infidel on Heavy Artillery Records. Get it!
And go to the MySpace page.
And go to the MySpace page. Check it out.
All the details will be on there.
Yep.